In 4080 BC, a Persian king assembled the largest army the ancient world had ever seen, and he was coming to destroy Greece. Standing in his way was a narrow mountain pass called Thermopylae, the Hot Gates, defended by a force so small it seemed almost suicidal. 300 Spartan warriors. What happened at Thermopylae over 3 extraordinary days became one of the greatest military stories ever told. A story of courage, sacrifice, betrayal against impossible odds. It inspired the ancient world, it inspired the modern world. And more than 2,500 years later, it continues to inspire people across the entire globe. This is the complete story of the Battle of Thermopylae. 300 warriors, the largest army on Earth, and 3 days that changed history forever. To understand Thermopylae, we must first understand the world that produced it. By the early 5th century BC, 2 great civilizations dominated the ancient world. Greeks and Persians had already clashed once, in 490 BC at the Battle of Marathon, where a vastly outnumbered Athenian force defeated a Persian army in one of history's military upsets. Persian king Darius I was humiliated. He vowed revenge but died before launching his second invasion. The task of avenging Persia fell to his son Xerxes. Xerxes was not merely interested in revenge. He wanted to bring every Greek city-state, every island, every last Greek under Persian rule forever. And he was prepared to send an army so vast that Greece would have no choice but to surrender. An army the ancient world had never seen before and would never see again. For 4 years, Xerxes prepared his invasion with meticulous and tarry corner of his vast empire in a truly multinational force of staggering scale. Ancient historian Herodotus claimed the Persian army modern historians estimate between 300,000, still an almost incomprehensible force for the ancient world. Determined to invade Europe, Xerxes spanned the Hellespont with massive pontoon bridges. When the sea swept them away, he allegedly ordered it flogged in anger. A massive Persian fleet of over 1,000 warships sailed alongside the army, and the Greek city-states watched in growing horror as reports arrived of the approaching Persian juggernaut. Some Greek city-states immediately surrendered, offering earth and water to Xerxes as symbols of submission. Others chose something far more dangerous. They chose to fight. Among those who chose to fight, none were more fearsome than the Spartans, a civilization unlike any other in Greece, shaped entirely by one single purpose: to produce the perfect warrior. At age 7, Spartan boys were taken from their families and entered the years of military-focused education, endurance training, strict discipline, and constant physical competition. Side by side, Spartan hoplites created an unbreakable wall of shields and spears, turning the phalanx into a weapon of war. What set Spartans apart wasn't their weapons, it was their fearlessness. From childhood, they were trained to face death in battle as the highest honor. Leading the 300 was King Leonidas I of Sparta, approximately 60 years old at Thermopylae, a veteran warrior who had survived decades of military service and the brutal Agoge himself. When told that Persian arrows would be so numerous block out the sun, a Spartan warrior named Dinecus reportedly replied, "Then we shall fight in the shade," the spirit Leonidas embodied completely. Leonidas handpicked 300 Spartans, each a father, ensuring his bloodline would survive. They marched to Thermopylae knowing they would never return. The Greeks chose their defensive position with brilliant strategy. Thermopylae, meaning the natural hot springs in the area, and was extraordinarily narrow, in places no wider than 14 meters. In such a narrow space, the Persians could not use their overwhelming numerical advantage. They could not outflank the Greeks, they could not surround them. They could only attack directly into the Spartan phalanx. At Thermopylae, Leonidas commanded defenders. The famous 300 Spartans, the core of the resistance, but thousands of allies stood beside them in one of history's greatest last stands. For 2 full days before the battle, Xerxes waited, expecting the Greeks to see the size of his army, and did not. Leonidas sent just 2 words, "Molon labe," come and take them. On the first day, Xerxes unleashed wave after wave of Persian troops into the narrow pass. The Spartan phalanx held firm. Lightly armed Persians were unable to break through. On the second day, Xerxes sent most elite warriors, the Immortals, 10,000 of Persia's finest soldiers who had never been defeated in battle. The Immortals fared no better than the rest. On the second night of battle, a local Greek man approached the Persian camp. His name was Ephialtes. He was a traitor, and what he was about to tell Xerxes would change everything. Xerxes immediately sent his immortals along the secret path, but when the Greek Phocian guards heard the approaching the darkness, they retreated to higher ground rather than stand and fight. The path was open. Leonidas faced an impossible choice: retreat with the entire Greek force while there was still time, knowing that defeat and death were now completely inevitable. Leonidas made his decision. He ordered most, but he and his 300 Spartans would stay, along with 700 Thespians who refused to abandon their allies. Leonidas and his warriors knew with absolute certainty that, according to Herodotus, combing their hair, this was the Spartan way, to face death with dignity. Surrounded on the third morning, the Greeks made their final stand atop a small hill. When their weapons broke, they kept fighting with their fists. Leonidas was killed in the fighting. The Spartans fought, were buried under a storm of Persian arrows. Every single Spartan died. Every single Thespian died. Xerxes pushed through the pass and burned Athens, achieving Persia's long-sought revenge. Yet the sacrifice at Thermopylae had changed the course of the war. The stand at Thermopylae gave Greece a chance to prepare. At Salamis, Themistocles turned that chance into a crushing victory. The following year, in 479 BC, and destroyed the remaining Persian army at the Battle of Plataea, ending the Persian invasion of Greece forever. Greece was saved. Because they remind us that some things, freedom, dignity, courage, and the refusal to submit, are worth any price. Thermopylae was not just a battle. It was a statement what it means to be human. Thermopylae lasted only 3 days. The 300 Spartans fell, and the battle was lost. Yet their stand became one of history's greatest legends. Because what happened at the Hot Gate military strategy, it was about the power of, in the face of impossible odds, the choice to stand and fight for something worth dying for. Leonidas and his three saved Greece at Thermopylae, but they showed Greece what was worth saving. Their sacrifice inspired the naval victory at Salamis and the land victory at Plataea. At Thermopylae, the poet Simonides left immortal words: "Go tell the Spartans that here we lie, obedient to their laws." 25 centuries they still resonate. Was the sacrifice at Thermopylae worth it? Could the Greeks have won without it? And what does the story of the 300 still say to us today? Share your thoughts in the comments below.